College is one of 6 historically Black colleges located in Virginia. For more than a century, it served students from Brunswick County, the Southside region of Virginia, and more until its gates closed in 2013. I'm Simone Bruce.
I'm Joy Bell.
I'm Star Mosley.
And I'm Jordan Ross.
Join us as we pay homage to the rich history of St. Paul's College, its glory days, its lasting impact, and the profound loss felt by students, families, and communities who called it home.
St. Paul's College was founded in 1888 on September 24th by James Solomon Russell and the Episcopal Church. St. Paul's had a mission to educate formerly enslaved African Americans and their children at a time when access to higher education was extremely limited for the demographic. Located in Lawrenceville, Virginia, the college was quickly became vital in Brunswick County and throughout Southside Virginia.
My name is Kevin Christopher Stevenson, but everyone calls me Chris Stevenson. And I graduated from St. Paul's College in 1988. I'm part of the Centennial class. So from the 100 years of St. Paul's celebration, it's kind of interesting because I came to St. Paul's in 1983 and I graduated with a degree in mathematics, and I was commissioned in the military as a second lieutenant. So I was a communications officer. And I also I'm a part of one of the greatest fraternities in the world. I'm a member of Kappa Alpha Psi. So just met some great friends, and I'm just indebted to St. Paul's College for where I am now.
Life at St. Paul's extended far beyond the classroom. The campus is a close-knit community where traditions, mentorships, school pride shape the student experience. Students participate in athletics, Greek life, student organizations, and the marching band, all of which play a central role in building leadership and lifelong connections. Events such as homecoming brought alumni back to campus, reinforcing the sense of belonging and shared identity.
My name is John Morris. I'm from Lawrenceville, Virginia, and I graduated from Virginia State University in 2016. However, I enrolled in St. Paul's for my freshman year for the fall semester of 2011. I chose St. Paul's College at that time in my life because it was the natural choice. My family has a legacy through St. Paul's. My parents went to and graduated from St. Paul's. And out of the 6 of my siblings, well, 5 of my siblings, I'm number 5. I was the 5th one to enter to St. Paul's. So it seemed very natural to go to St. Paul's College. I think about the St. Paul's Episcopal Chapel was, in my opinion, still a beautiful building. And the high ceilings with the vocal resonance was just amazing. And then I think of chapel, I think about the choir that I was a part of there, and the opportunities we had to sing in that chapel. And it was just amazing. That was the centering point for the institution. And with it being, if I'm not mistaken, a religious-based school, the chapel was a part of its curriculum. Hearing those emotional outbursts from students from those backgrounds that I did not exactly relate with was interesting. And being a part of it, kind of feeling for them, it was definitely tumultuous.
Actually, I was at a Little League football game, and someone came to me and said, "Chris, did you know that the college is closing down?" And it was a very emotional day. Pretty much knocked unconscious about it, and it felt hopeless that we couldn't do anything, that we had lost our accreditation. We couldn't continue as a academic platform, and so that was very emotional. But as we see now that we have an opportunity to rebuild and to build a better, purposeful educational platform for today's world.
I could definitely say that from my perspective, The closing of St. Paul's College affects the town of Lawrenceville in ways that time will definitely tell as years still pass along. Right now, I believe it affects the town economically. It affects the town in a artistic sense, because St. Paul's did bring to the town artisans. It brought to the town educators, brought to the town professionals, brought to the town contributing citizens to society. So it affects the town in more ways that we cannot imagine yet.
Yeah, the closing of the college has a huge effect on the economic impact of the Brunswick County, the town of Lawrenceville, and the region. You got to understand that just from the student body, each student that came to St. Paul's College was a small economic engine of itself, with outside monies that was coming into the community. So our McDonald's closed down. Then our grocery stores closed down. So it had a huge impact, but also it had an impact on, far as the funneling of like our school teachers. Our school teachers in this region, the majority of them came from St. Paul's College. And now that we have to kind of import teachers into our communities now to fulfill those slots, St. Paul's is really missed from a higher education standpoint.
As America prepares to celebrate its 250th anniversary of independence, the story of St. Paul's College reminds us that freedom and opportunity have not always been equal. The closure of St. Paul's College had a significant impact on Southside Virginia, especially in Brunswick County and in the town of Lawrenceville. The college provided jobs, supported local businesses, and served as a source of pride and opportunity for African American families. When it closed, the community not just lost a college, but it was the end of an institution that had shaped its identity and future. Reflecting on this history encourages us to think about how independence is connected to education, opportunity, and strong communities.